All rise. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may be seated.
Mr. McManus claims the defendant attended his escape room and says he was hurt when Mr. Fernandez got scared and shoved him into a clock.
State your name.
Bradley McManus.
Sir?
Dennis Fernandez.
All right. And, sir, you're suing the defendant for $1,430, alleging he owes you this money for damaging a clock.
Not just for damaging a clock, Your Honor, but also for some medical expenses.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Go right ahead. Where do you all know each other from?
So I actually have a small business, Your Honor. It's called McManus Escape House, and I create escape rooms. This gentleman here, he actually was one of the guests that came into the escape room that I'd created.
Where are you escaping from?
Excuse me?
Where are you escaping from?
Good question, Your
You
Honor.
sound like one of these things y'all gonna go to jail with.
It's actually
jumping out on women. I know what this sounds like. This don't sound right. I can tell you that right now. Maybe you're gonna tell me something other than what I'm thinking, because this don't sound right.
Yeah, it's not quite what it sounds like, Your Honor. It's more like a puzzle. It's like a room where you have like a series of puzzles to solve, and then the people, eventually, some of them, if they're lucky, they actually solve the puzzle. And so there's a number of different things that I create. There's levers, and this particular one, it had an academic and magical theme. It was called Magic Academia. So it was kind of like a library with...
One second. So here's an example. I went to an escape room, and it was an artificial train, and it said you have to find the bomb on the train and stop the bomb from blowing up the train. All fake. But it seemed real, screens and everything around.
Oh, so escape reality.
No. You try to escape the train and stop the bomb by a series of clues placed around you inside the room.
Is this some California mess?
No, it's all over.
You know all this old new stuff from California. I tell people all the time, it's the worst thing I did, bring my kids out here with all this California mess. Boy, you were fine in Detroit. We ain't had to deal with all this. We was just regular people, living regular lives in the Midwest, had the right values, were financially literate, and everything else. Now you got escape rooms. You involved with that nonsense too, huh? All right, well, tell me again. Keep telling me about this escape room.
Yeah, so basically, Your Honor, there's a number of these escape rooms. My particular one, it's always been a passion of mine since I was a kid to solve puzzles, and I like to, create an experience for people to have fun, essentially. And this particular one, as I said, it was really not scary. It was very family friendly. It involved magic and some puzzles to find your way through to the end. There was like a magic potion that you had to create, and then that opened up another little door, and there was like a magic book with a lever. And
okay, so it was a series of doors to get through to reach the goal.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
It does sound fun.
That sounds amazing.
Exactly. The whole thing was meant to be light entertainment, and when somebody actually does manage to get through and they solve the puzzle, I also like to have a little creative flair, and I congratulate them. So I simply and I've done this for literally hundreds of people have come through, and on this particular occasion with this gentleman here,
he came as a customer.
He came as a customer, exactly.
Okay.
He paid to come through the escape room with his girlfriend, and they actually did solve it. So
they solved it.
They did.
Okay.
Yeah, they did. So basically, I said congratulations, and then the defendant here, he turned around and he assaulted me and like threw me back.
Why? Why would he do that?
Well, I believe he was scared, because I do have this kind of a little shtick where I come up and I come up and say congratulations. So it was behind a chair. It's a little bit of a performative.
So you startled him. That's what you're saying?
Well, yes, Your Honor. I think he was startled. Yeah.
The case is simple. The owner, Mr. McManus, says he was assaulted after a celebratory surprise. The customer, Mr. Fernandez, claims it was an involuntary reflex due to his fear. The core issue is about responsibility. Where does a business owner's responsibility for a customer's reaction end?
Coming up on Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Your
That's
Honor,
what I was trying to get to.
He did this to me. He scared me, and he's getting mad at me now for how I reacted.
I didn't scare him.
Now it's reflex defense.
And later,
So why'd you keep her kids if she didn't ask you to?
Out of the kindness of my heart, sir, I'm not going to just leave unattended 5-year-old and a 10-year-old.
So why are you suing her? You became unkind?
Mathis Court is back with a case of Bradley McManus, who is suing Dennis Fernandez for $1,430.
You tell me what happened here, sir.
Your Honor, so let me tell you how it went down. So my girlfriend and I were celebrating our 2-year anniversary, right? Figured why not do something fun? And she decided to do, let's go to an escape room. And mind you, I'm a jumpy person. I don't like to
You
be
a
escape.
junkie?
Jumpy person, Your Honor. Jumpy person.
We can get you in rehab.
No, Your Honor, no.
What you on?
I am a jumpy person.
Jumpy?
Yes, I get scared easily. Any like noises, sudden noises, I get scared. That's just who I am as a person. When I was looking online for these escape rooms, I looked at all the ones, right? And I happened to see his right here. Now it said no scares whatsoever. In fact, I actually have evidence right here as well.
It says no scares?
No
Let's see it,
scares
please,
on
Amir.
it. It's a family-friendly establishment. That's what I assume.
Now, how long has this hobby been around? Y'all making me feel old. How long? Please don't.
Probably for a couple years now.
Oh, okay.
No,
Well,
for about 10 years.
Yeah.
I don't know, 10 years.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the couple years. I have a right not to know within a couple of years.
I did a first
but
date
I
there
should have
about 10
known
years
if it,
ago.
Pardon?
I did a first date there about 10 years ago.
You did.
And I didn't get past the second room, and that's why I don't think she wanted to go in another one.
And you didn't get all the way. You didn't go all the way when you got to your room. Anyhow. So, all right, continue, sir. But let me read this scary part.
Right. So it says,
Magic Academia holiday exclusive, time running through Christmas. No scares or upsetting imagery. It does say that.
Yes, Your Honor. So being that I read that, I figured why not? We could do this escape room. So we get to the escape room. This man greets us, gives us the whole rundown, tells us right then and there that anything that happens to us, any damage or anything bad, we can't sue him, which is pretty ironic considering now he wants to sue us considering what happened. Long story short, we solved the puzzle. Everything is fine. On the TV screen in the room, it says, you won. So I give my girlfriend a kiss. We're excited. Then from the corner of the room, in the dark, dimly lit room, because these escape rooms, they ain't like hospital lights, they're not bright, they're just pretty dark. This man here jumps out, startles me, scares the living daylights out of me, and based on my fight or flight reaction, I get scared. I push him away from me, not intentionally, just instinctually. He ends up hitting the clock, and I profusely apologize and say, hey, I'm so sorry about what happened. It wasn't intentional. I wouldn't mean to hurt you. He wasn't having any of it. Escorted me out the room immediately, and after that, I felt bad for the rest of the day. I thought that was the end of that.
Well, not as bad as I did.
Okay, clearly you felt some type of way over something that you did. It was an accident.
Well, I had
you caused
concussion.
it.
That's
Your Honor,
what I was trying to get to.
He did this to me. He scared me, and he's getting mad at me now for how I reacted.
I didn't scare him.
This is a game changer. Mr. Fernandez shows an ad for the escape room that clearly promises no scares. This evidence directly contradicts the owner's actions of startling his guests. How much does this no scares promise matter in court?
That was reflex defense.
I was scared.
essentially. Sir?
What was that?
What do you have to say about, you put it on the flyer, no scares
Yeah, well,
or
Your Honor,
upsetting imagery?
there wasn't any scares. It was a congratulations, and I can tell you I have
No,
had
you
hundreds.
said you jumped out, and I asked if you startled him. You said yes.
Well, I said, Your Honor, without meaning to correct you, I said that he was startled, but that certainly was not my intention. I simply said congratulations, and I have done that. I have had
So why do you think he did it, sir? You think he did it intentionally?
I think he pushed me because he was worked up. He actually said himself that he's a jumpy kind of a person. It says quite clearly in the waiver, and I do have a copy of that here as well, Your Honor.
Let's see it, please, Amir.
Which says that you may experience stress and anxiety, which clearly this gentleman here did. But there is certainly no intention to scare. Never has anybody ever reacted in the same way that this gentleman did. He came at me with his full force,
That's not true,
threw
Your
me
Honor.
against the grandfather clock, which got damaged. I had to pay $900 of medical bills, which is also what I'm suing him for.
Now the owner presents a waiver that Mr. Fernandez signed, which mentions the possibility of stress and anxiety. It's a classic courtroom battle, the public advertisement versus the legal waiver. Which document is more powerful here?
I waive, release, and discharge from any and all liability, including but not limited to liability arising from the negligence or fault of the entities, even the liability from your fault.
If I may, the point that I was making is that, it does say that you may experience stress and anxiety. I totally agree that he experienced that, but I simply said congratulations. Like,
If you know it's
No,
stressful,
you
I
jumped
said-
out. You jumped out and
well,
said
Your Honor,
it.
I didn't jump out. That's actually another point that I was going to state, that I stood up and I said congratulations. There's no jumping. The escape room isn't even big enough. It was simply me coming up, saying congratulations, and I've done it for like hundreds of people. And he actually came at me. He threw me against the clock. I ended up with concussion.
Excuse me 1 second. Go over here to him, the defendant, and throw your hands up and say, "You won." See if he hits you. Be careful. I don't want you to get slugged. Well,
You said you wanted some evidence?
yeah. Yeah, maybe see if the defendant has any.
Unfortunately, the only evidence was the website.
You won! It was a
Sir?
direct order. It was a direct.
Sir?
It was a direct order.
Sir, he didn't slug him, so you must have done worse than what he just did
Well,
in startling him. Otherwise, if he's jumpy, he sure didn't jump from that, and that was very intense. I jumped. He didn't budge. Everybody in here jumped. So, no, you must have done something excessive. As such, I'm going to dismiss your claim. Thank you, son. Have a good day.
All rise.
Judge Mathis has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim has been dismissed.
Any comments?
Looks like you couldn't escape out of this room.
well, you're banned from my escape room.
Can head this way.
Coming up,
She did that on her own. That was her choice. So I don't owe her anything.
Okay. Did you watch your kids
Yes, I did, sir.
voluntarily?
Yes.
So why are you suing her? You're watching Mathis Court with Judge Mathis. This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Tanya Moore is suing Deborah Tamry in the amount of $290. Ms. Moore claims she sacrificed her self-care day to babysit the defendant's children and says Ms. Tamry should pay the cancellation fees she incurred.
All rise. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may be seated. Judge, both litigants been sworn in.
All right. State your name.
Tanya Moore.
What?
Tanya Moore.
You gonna be able to speak up louder than that?
Yes, I'm sorry.
State your name.
Deborah Tamry.
All right. Bet you don't speak that low under other circumstances. Give me some background on this.
Today I'm here to sue my ex-friend for forced babysitting and also for making me miss out on my self-care day.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's going on here?
She's suing me because I didn't tell her to watch my kids. She did that on her own. That was her choice. So I don't owe her anything.
Okay. Did you watch your kids
Yes, I did, sir.
voluntarily?
Yes,
So why are you suing her?
because, well, it's not really
You
voluntarily.
just said it was.
Oh, not
Actually, wasn't voluntarily. You said yes. Now you changing it?
No.
Why are you laughing?
Because how it happened, sir, we was out and then her kids came at 5 a.m. So I was at the house alone when this happened. So it wasn't like initially voluntarily, is what I was trying to say.
In our second case, Ms. Moore is suing because she missed paid appointments while voluntarily watching her friend's kids. She claims she was forced, but admits she chose to do it. Can an act of kindness become a financial obligation after the fact?
Coming up,
Supposed to get a wax. I'm
4
supposed to get my
hours
hair done.
caused you to miss out on your entire day.
I missed out on $290. That was unrefundable.
Do you know what she's talking about?
Mathis Court is back with the case of Tanya Moore, who is suing Deborah Tamry for $290.
Kids came and what?
She was still out, sir, and she didn't come back until 9 a.m. the
Okay.
next morning.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
4 hours later.
Yes.
So why are you suing her? What's the lawsuit for? What did she do to you?
Well, she made me miss out on my self-care day, and what that was I was trying to get a wax.
Your whole day?
Yeah.
4 hours?
Yeah.
Your whole day was lost?
It started at 8 a.m.
You say she came at 9.
No, but I missed out on my self-care day, sir. Like, I was supposed to get a wax.
That's what I'm saying. Your whole day?
Yeah, I was supposed to get a wax. I was
4
supposed to get my hair
hours
done.
caused you to miss out on your entire day.
I missed out on $290. That was unrefundable.
Do you know what she's talking about?
I do, sir, but it's not on me at all. I
What
don't
is
owe
she
her
talking
anything.
about?
So I guess she made appointments, and she had missed them because she had let my kids inside. I didn't tell her to watch my kids. My baby daddy brought them in at 5 a.m. He was originally supposed to bring them.
And what was she doing at your house? She lives with you?
No, sir. That night, she had hit me up because she got into it with her boyfriend. So I told her it's cool. She can come over. We can go out, have drinks. And then after that, she said she was too tired. So I dropped her back off at my house. And then I ended up texting her saying that I'm going to still be out because I'm going to go out with my boo. And she was like, okay, see you later that night. I never did text her back. I didn't tell her what time I was going to be back at my house.
The defendant, Ms. Tamry, explains that the plaintiff was a guest in her home and was never asked to babysit. This suggests the plaintiff took it upon herself to help. Does the fact that she was a guest, not an employee, change your opinion?
How did this become a lawsuit? That's what I'm missing.
Apparently, she lost out on her money because she couldn't make it to her appointments.
Okay, but you were saying your children in the past have stayed there alone. That's what you're saying?
Yeah, they have.
And you never asked her to stay there with
I
them?
never did ask her.
How will Judge Mathis rule? Find out when Mathis Court returns.
So why'd you keep her kids if she didn't ask you to?
Out of the kindness of my heart, sir, I'm not going to just leave unattended 5-year-old and a 10-year-old.
So why are you suing her? You became unkind?
No, I didn't become unkind, sir. What happened
Obviously you
was, no, what
Obviously
happened
you did.
was I have here in my evidence that I did not receive a refund for my expenses. So I was supposed to get
What
a
expenses?
Brazilian wax.
What?
So I was scheduled for a Brazilian wax, which was at 8:30 a.m., and it says here in their policy it's non-refundable. So
Why you take them and drop them off?
I don't know where she was at, sir. She said
Do you know
some
where why didn't you just take them with you then? Have them sit in the lobby.
They couldn't come with me, sir, in that type of environment. That's why.
This case is about whether a person should pay for the costs someone else incurred while doing them a favor. The plaintiff lost money by being kind, but the defendant never agreed to pay. If you were the judge, would you make the mother pay for the missed appointments?
All right, let me tell you what we're dealing with here. It's called the Good Samaritan Law. If a doctor sees somebody on the road injured and they stop and pull over to save their life and they treat them and they're late for work, they can come back and sue the person whose life they saved. And that's what we're dealing with here. You can't come back and sue someone that you've been a good Samaritan to. Have a good day. Claim dismissed.
All rise.
Judge Mathis has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim has been...
In the end, Judge Mathis dismissed both claims. He ruled that the escape room owner was at fault for breaking his no scares promise. In the second case, he cited the Good Samaritan law, stating you cannot sue someone for losses you incur while voluntarily helping them. If you found this case as shocking as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns.